Hey, it's Misti here with Hepler Realty, and today I want to talk to you about earnest money deposit. So if you're a buyer, you may have heard the word or the term earnest money deposit. That is money that the buyer puts down in good faith that is held by a third party, such as a closing attorney. Usually it's a closing attorney. Now, how is earnest money deposit different than due diligence? Due diligence fee is money you put down when you're buying a house, but you're probably not going to get it back if you decide to back out. Now, if you go along and you go through with the contract, the due diligence fee goes towards paying off the house. It does go towards the house. Also, your earnest money deposit, if you go through, follow through with the contract, it does go towards paying off the house. It goes towards it. However, if you decide to back out, your due diligence fee, you're not going to get back. Your earnest money deposit, you possibly can get back. However, side note, you have to know the seller does have to sign off for the buyer to get that earnest money deposit back. So my thought is a lot of times I don't even bother with earnest money deposit because really if my buyer is trying to buy a house, they don't have extra money for a third party to hold when they could use that money for their home inspections. So I rarely use earnest money deposit. I basically let it be up to the buyer. Hey, if you want to put your money and let a third party hold it, it does go towards closing. But otherwise, if you need it for inspections and whatnot, then maybe it's probably not a good idea to put it in earnest money deposit. There's just different situations where you would want to use earnest money deposit. For example, I've had a past transaction years ago where the buyer had put down minimal due diligence. That way, if they did back out, they would only lose a minimal amount. But they did also put earnest money deposit down to make the seller happy, to show them that they were really serious about the offer. And the contract did go through. So both the due diligence fee and the earnest money deposit did go towards the cost of the house. So it did go towards the purchase of the house. Now, if they would have decided to back out, my buyer would not have gotten the due diligence fee back. Let's say it was $500. They wouldn't have got the $500 back. The seller would have gotten to keep that. However, they should have gotten the earnest money deposit back. Let's say it was $1,000. The seller just has to sign off on that. So that's what's going on with earnest money deposit and due diligence. That's the difference. Due diligence fee is money you don't get back. Earnest money deposit is money you would get back if if you decide to back out of the contract. Now the seller, they can't back out of that contract. If the seller tried to back out of the contract, then the buyer would have specific performance, which means they could just sue the seller to sell the house to them. Keep up with us, follow us and like us on our YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. We appreciate it. There is more to come. We've got more in store for you. You guys have a great day.